Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Camper God, CGOD, and the place to be, back again with some more seals. Let me tell you, you see we had the old ones, and we got the new ones, boy. Once again, shout out Andres Lizarde from Lizarde Hydraulics for getting me these bad boys so quick. Once again, here's his info. You know what I mean, dude? Hit him up. So, starting today off, I don't know if y'all recall, but a while ago I was having some switch issues, right? So, I mean, as you can see right now, we're in the back, you know, we're up in the trunk, got the batteries and whatnot. So, as you can see, we're running these chargers, boys. Viking 4-amp chargers from Harbor Freight. Cheap, good, whatever. Y'all know what it is. So we're charging up, right? So the issue I found was whenever I got this car, somebody wired the batteries kind of funky, right? Because they're actually like this, you know, they're like sideways or horizontal, and they kind of look like they're the other way, but they're not. Either way, I have just today, right now, found out that I was running 36 volts to my switches, dude. So that's why they was getting hot, sticking and whatnot. I do have one battery, this one here, that is like just dead as heck. I mean, y'all seen in the video where I had the amp draw tester or whatever, the load tester. That bad boy is done for. I got this one that's kind of weak, and I got this one that's kind of weak also. So we're gonna try and hit them with the charge, you know what I mean? Get them fully juiced up, see if they're able to still perform. I did have only these two on the rear, but I went ahead and plumbed this one back in because the rear was just too bloody slow on 48, boys. So we got, or on 24, I mean. So we got it on 36 volts now. It's juiced up, switches and sticking no more. I mean, it hasn't really stuck, you know, but it's very weird that it was on 36 volts. Not recommended at all. Do not run 36 volts to your switches. 24 should be perfect. What I did do though, and how I found that issue, was because I never load tested our front batteries, right? So our 24 volt control power going to the switches was actually 36 volts, and I didn't know. But either way, I put the load tester, or the load tester on my first battery in the series over here, and it was kind of low, right? So I swapped it over to this one, and while doing that is whenever I found out that it was wired to 36. So now you can see we got our negative here, so 12 volts. We hit over here to the other negative from the positive, so it's 24 right there going off to our switches, and then we're jumping over right here, negative to positive, 36, and then we hit 48 going to our switches. Do not mind the mess, don't look at it, we got some leaks. All right, so right here you could see it's just part of it, boys. We got leaks, it happens, which is also what we're going to be addressing today. First things first, we're going to have to pull our hose off of our rear cylinder back here in attempt to remove the cylinder. After removing the hose, I'm probably going to jack her up, probably have to pull off the top hat of our power ball to be able to remove the whole assembly, right? And yeah, so that's going to be a mission. And hopefully it doesn't mess with our charging of the batteries, because that would be unhealthy. So that's what it is, boys. We are now getting everything A1. Also would like to say that off camera, I lost brakes, right? Like I was cruising it one day behind my homie Heber 6'4", and I was like pedal to the floor, and she was barely stopping, you know what I mean? So needless to say, I brought this bad girl home right away. Found 3 leaks. I had a brake line from the diff going to my passenger side drum. I had a hole in it, or a small leak, you know what I mean? You press the brakes, you see it leak. Over here, this brake line was replaced, the rubber one. So I didn't think too much of it until I did the other side. When I did the other side, that side had not been replaced. So I got a new brake line, new crush washers, all that jazz for the banjo bolt. That side's good, that side's good, this side's good. Everything is good. Go to bleed it, right? And we're still getting a leak on this side. So I take it apart. Whoever replaced the brake line only put one crush washer on the banjo bolt instead of on both sides of it. So I had a small leak there that was also adding to the oil spillage that goes into our lower control arm. So we got it all buttoned up. She stops, she hops. You know what I mean? So it's like a one-stop shop. you know, we'll get it charged up and we'll be ready, boys. We'll be ready. So yeah, like I said, a couple of leaks. Not too worried about that leak right now. Doesn't look like it'd be too hard. I probably have to kink this bad boy a little bit, but either way, so we'll have to reseal that, but it's not a big deal. What I do want to address is our rear cylinder over here, because I mean, you know, you try to ride locked up and then like after a while she just kind of dips on this rear corner, and that's not cool, you know what I mean? You don't want your stuff to leak. So that's what we're going to get into, boys. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll hop in that. I know this was a really long intro, a lot of information to cover. So I apologize for that, but it is what it is. Hopefully our batteries get charged up. We could save them. If not, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's 4 batteries to the front and it was 4 to the rear. The rear was super fast, bro. You would hit the switch and that shit was juking. And the front, not so much. So in the future, maybe I'm still down to run 4 to the rear, but I want to put like 5 or 6 to the front. So maybe eventually one day, whenever we're balling, we'll create another rack right here for 2 more batteries that'll feed the front. And then we'll be player 6 to the front, 4 to the back, and she'll be hot, dude. Let me tell you, hot. Because 4 is not hot. It takes like at least 3 or 4 hits of the switch to get the front locked up, and you know what I mean? I'm trying to hit it like in 2, boys, like beep beep, and we're up. The rear, it's got a high lockup, so it doesn't go up that fast. Well, I mean, it goes up fast, but it doesn't lock up that fast. Probably like, you know, 4 or 5 hits of the switch if you want, but it's all in how you hold it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna get on this stuff and I'll bring y'all back. All right, compas. Easy money, like I said. Remove the top cylinder bracket, and then we went ahead and jacked the car up, set it on stands, let the suspension, well, the whole rear axle come down, and then I just loosened up our the top of our power ball, and then from there I was able to remove the whole piece. So now I just need to probably use a motivational hammer to make the bottom cup like go up. I believe it can go up, that way I can unscrew the cylinder. So yeah, and then from there we can pull the shaft out, do the seals, put it back, and then put it back, you know what I mean? Yee. Okay, so after a little bit of motivation with several types of hammers and screwdriver chisels and whatnot, we got it, you know what I mean? It was a little bit difficult to get the cylinder out of the housing, but okay, so here it is. Fuck. Alright. So my question is, these are the current seals and they're not necessarily bad. In my opinion, I mean, they're all there, you know. Somebody probably replaced it already. So, do I replace them again? Or what? The only thing that I noticed was the piston was a little bit loose on the cylinder shaft here. You know what I mean? So like it had some play. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But, I mean, we already made it this far. I'm going to do the seals on it. But I'll probably save these bad boys because they don't look bad, you know? Like there's no damage or anything. So, I don't know. I guess, you know, we'll see. Yeah, so the Teflon rings definitely are not good anymore. One thing I did notice is if you look at her now, the seals kind of like protrude off the side of the piston, you know what I mean? And those other ones look like they were kind of flat. Maybe they were in good condition and just old. I don't really know, but here it is with the new seals. So I mean, like you could see, you know what I mean, like down at the bottom of the piston, we got the seal comes out farther. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on this bad boy, and we'll come over there and slap it in our cylinder right there, you know what I mean? And then yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and put it back in the car, boys. See how it goes, you know. I'm gonna tighten this up before I put oil though, because like I said, this bad boy was kind of loose. So I'm gonna tighten it up real good. Debated putting Loctite, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten it as good as I can, and then we'll slap her back in the cylinder, lube up the cylinder walls a little bit, lube up the seals, and send it, boys. Put it all back together, slap it in the whip, you know what I mean? And then we'll check it, you know what I mean? I'll lock the car up and see how we're doing, basically. Let's go check up on our charging situation that we got here. See, so as you can see, this battery, hold on, this battery does not want to focus. Damn. Okay, so 13.4 volts, that one's charging up nice, right? 13.1, that's all right, you know what I mean? This is our weak battery. It's charging at 12.6 right now, so hopefully we can bring that bad boy back to life. But yeah, so we're still juicing up while we're working on the juice. Y'all know what it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me go ahead and slap this back up in the, oh yeah, I guess I can show you right now the brake line I put on. So you can see right here that fresh brake line. Y'all know what it is. In the front, you could see it also. This right here, you know what I mean? Fresh brake lines. And then also remove the brackets. There was brackets like right here. I removed it on both sides because I thought it was ghetto. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up, button this up, slap it back in the whip, and then I'll bring y'all back, alright? Así como pueden ver, chavos, we got it all back together. I went ahead and I tightened the poop out of this thing with like a pipe wrench and some channel locks. Not too proud of the channel locks, but either way, don't want the cap coming loose. Should be golden now. I got the yeah, see, we're spinning the whole cylinder instead of just the shaft spinning inside. So with everything being nice and tight now, hopefully it doesn't leak anymore. Fingers crossed. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully our other seals were just kind of flat, and they probably got worn out from being at an angle, because like I said, whenever I got this car, the end caps of the cylinders on both passenger side ones were loose, right? So that didn't have our little like brass keeper in the bottom of the cylinder to keep it straight. So that's my only guess. I don't know, but the seals looked good. We're gonna put it back in the car now. I also went ahead, I got some grease, and I went ahead and dropped it into our Powerball hole. That way we're not riding, you know, not lubed up. She's lubed up, just so y'all know. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop her back in the car, tighten our Powerball back into place, and then we can set the car back down, hook our juice back up to the top of the cylinder, and we should be golden, boys. All right, playboys. So we got the trunk setup all done up. Cleaned up a couple of things, you know, topped off the tanks with hydro fluid. We also got a couple of leaks figured out. So I was leaking right here on the top of the block before. As you could see, leak free. I had the car locked up now for a good minute. And she has not sagged down. I actually like went ahead and measured it, you know, with the measuring tape, like from the floor up there, just to make sure we didn't drop down at all. Come back over here. This is our problem cylinder, or the cylinder we were having the problem with. No longer an issue, right? So as you could see, look at that. Leak free. Just got my hands all dirty, but no hydro fluid leaking. So there you have it. Got the batteries all charged up now. It's just pretty hot, or at least hotter than it was. The rear, like I said, I did put it back on 36 volts because I found that I was running 36 volts over here to the switches, which is now only 24, and we got the 48 going to the front. So go ahead and demonstrate that for y'all. Let me set y'all up somewhere though to where y'all could see. Maybe. We'll just set her like right there, maybe. Something or other, you know what I mean? Just a little something, something. Oh yeah, so check it. Yeah, she be getting up now. Look at the rear. Switch no longer sticking either, boys. So it looks like this side, low key, has some fluid leaking down, so we might have to replace the seals on this side cylinder also. Don't really have an issue with it like dropping the height down or anything, so I mean it's okay-ish for now. But our rear, much better. Like I said, she's not dropping down no more. We do have a slight bit of fluid leak from right here on the cap, but I think that's okay. I did really fill it up, like basically to the top, so whatever comes out will be excess. We should definitely, hopefully not run empty anymore. The rear pump actually didn't lose very much fluid, you know, like from it leaking or whatever. So it's pretty good, I'd say. But our front pump did. I had to refill it like 2 times, so that one was a major issue. And we were also leaking on the block, so we were puddling inside here also. So as you can see, you know what I mean, got her all cleaned up. Everything looking real firme now. She's locked up. Look, we even got the mirrors, boys. What y'all know about that? Look at this setup, dude. Fuck. So yeah, like I said, juiced up, boys. Pretty A1 now. Should be able to stay like this, you know, without it leaking down or becoming uneven. This side, super duper dry, you know what I mean? Like if you look at her cups and stuff, the cylinder shaft does look a little bit wet. So I don't know, but I'm not too worried about that. Pretty firme, pretty firme. Yeah, like I said, this is what I was worried about, and we are not leaking by anything at all on the rear now. Sick. So now we got it all done up, boys. Not too shabby, if you ask me. That front cylinder is leaking down pretty good. See, like, I like rocking it like some kind of height like that, you know what I mean? Maybe a little bit lower in the back to where it's even. I think that's pretty player. Oh yeah, like right there. That's killer, huh? Nice little ride height. I will say, with the way the rear suspension travels, articulates, or whatever you want to call it, I noticed that like a medium height like this, that it kind of like causes a vibration. And I'm gonna say it's drive shaft, you know, like pinion angle or something. I don't necessarily think the angle is bad. I just think it might be like pulling it out or pushing it in like too much at this point. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really look bad. I know it's hard to see, but back in there, you know what I mean? It doesn't look bad in my opinion. But she does drive at all heights, you know? So either way, but yeah, it's pretty player stuff, if you ask me, man. Pretty player stuff, you know. But yeah, she's all A1 now. Our seals did their job in the back. If that was the issue anyways, I don't even know. Damn, she'd be slamming that front down, because I don't got a bolt on the passenger side, like bolting the cylinder to the cup. There's no bolt, so it kind of just sits there, and then with the 4-inch lockup, it kind of knocks it out of place a little bit. But damn, boy, she's hot though. The front is hot with these batteries charged up, dude. Yeah, buddy. She get all the way up there with like 2 hits now. Before it wasn't. It was like 4 is what it would take. Bouncy as all heck, boys. Pretty player stuff. So yeah, I guess I go ahead and bring y'all over here. See, we're still, yeah, look at that, dude. So we're gonna let that situate itself, and then we'll get it cleaned up again, you know what I mean, because we got a nice leak down already. Whenever you put it up and put it down, that's whenever all your pressure is gonna build up in the tank there. So these actually are not supposed to be sealed. You know, you don't want to necessarily put Teflon and stuff on your caps, because this will happen. This is normal, you know what I mean. Once your pressure equalizes right there, then you should be all right. So yeah, like I said, that's normal. I'd probably do it again too. The more that we do it, the more that we hit this front. But I mean, you know, this front's hitting nasty, you know, like, oh yeah, she just really be getting up there, dude. I love it. I still do kind of want to put more bats to the front, you know what I mean, just to make it a little hotter. But I don't hop this bad boy or nothing like that, you know what I mean. She's just lay, play, cruise, and snooze, you know what I mean. That's all we be doing, because y'all snoozing on this box, man. But yeah, we'll go ahead. Damn, yo, I'm gonna break my trans one day the way this bad boy be getting it. Yeah, see, we're starting to equalize a little bit. We're building a little bit of pressure still. So it's not too bad. It looks like our front hose is actually leaking too, low key. Surprised that thing hasn't bursted. So as you can see, we got a hard line that comes out, goes that way, you know what I mean? But the hose is kind of messed up right here. So that probably eventually need to be replaced. No bueno. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's the life we chose, it's the life we live. But yeah, pretty firme looking trunk though. Got it all cleaned up for once. Don't really show the trunk too much, or at least I tried not to, because it kind of looks boof. But she's clean now, boys. Clean. At least I like it anyways. Who knows, you know? But yeah, so we're zooted now. Real player stuff. Real player. Damn, that front is just something though, man. I can't get off of this switch, man. Shower. Hey man, I'm probably boring y'all, so I'm gonna just leave y'all with that last one right there, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys if you stayed for this long in the video. I know it might be a little boring to y'all. It's just a day in the life of the CGOD. You know what it is, so just make sure y'all stay up, you know what I mean? If I helped you in any way, shout out to you. Thank you for watching my videos. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, boys. Later.